A couple thoughts about staying organized with Google Drive. And the first thing I would say is make sure you name every single file. This may be more of a middle school thing, and trust me, I work with a lot more middle schoolers than I do with adults in my job. But I had a student who couldn't find the presentation they built for their robotics or design class, 8 weeks, 10 weeks into the semester, and it turned out that almost every file they had in Google Drive was called untitled document, untitled spreadsheet, untitled slideshow, and it was really, really hard to find what they needed because everything was untitled. Now, you're all adults, so I think we go a step beyond that. That instead of just saying one word about what the file is, you'll notice that I try and provide as much data as possible about what the file is from just the file name. I use hyphens to differentiate between kind of what the buckets are. This is a second semester for this school year, seventh grade LA, and it's a slideshow. I could put that it's lesson plans or daily lesson plans as well, but because it's a slideshow, I know it's lesson plans. And you'll notice that some things need a little bit less. This is checked out books. Students check out books out of my library, but I don't need to say when it's from or what month or what year or what class or what period. So make sure a name gets the information it needs, because first off, your eye will catch it, but also it'll help you later for searching. The next thing is, I think I said this already, but try and keep the number of files that are in any part of your Google Drive to about one screen's worth. When it gets to be more than one screen's worth, consider making subfolders or folders to categorize a group of files and put them in. So let's look at, I think this will be okay. Yeah. This is my, from spring 2021, the last quarter, last semester of the school year, of files and folders and everything I needed to make my classroom work with Schoology and Google Classroom. And you'll notice that it started to get a little long, but what happened is every time I moved on to a new unit, what I did is I moved on and said, okay, all my NoRedInk information needs to go in here. Everything related to the research project and final project needs to go in here. And this was actively being worked on during the year, during that quarter, like during that week even. I always am in favor of creating an archive folder. This is like stuff I'm not using anymore or I've updated or isn't relevant to me right now, but I love keeping that stuff around instead of deleting it. And that way I can search for it or go, oh man, I need this one thing from this thing I thought I deleted. So files and folders. The next thing I want to talk about besides naming and using folders is using folder colors. Now, you'll notice that I have two folder colors. I have blue and I have green. Everything I do for professional learning, I used to do under the IT department, and so I still call it IT work, and I make any of that blue, and that's blue for the BVSD blue district work. And then Centennial's colors are green and white, so anything that's related to Centennial, I've colored green. And it's just a simple little trick to help my brain go, I'm looking for a Centennial thing, keep your eye out for that. So this video covered naming, folders, and coloring folders, and we'll keep going with this series in just a moment.